So, one thing I do when I'm moving countries, I start with a blank sheet. I low-key don't have expectations, and that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm expecting the worst so that when I experience better, I'm having a good time. I just like to give a region the opportunity to wow me. So I usually come with a blank sheet of like mindset, and I'm just open to see like, what am I going to experience here? What does this region have to offer? So far, it's been amazing. Being in Hong Kong, it's so different, but also yet similar in different ways. So there are parts of Hong Kong that I'm like, oh, okay, it feels like New York. You know, like it's dense, there's lots of people, the city never sleeps, all of those good things. I feel like those are things associated with New York. But then I think about some aspects of culture as well that I'm like, oh, you know, feels familiar or similar because growing up Nigerian, you know, there's a lot of like similarities there, from respect to how you like elders have the say, and you see a lot of that play out here in different ways. So for me, it's kind of like, oh, it feels like I've seen this before somewhat. But then it's also like learning how every region in Asia broadly is different, and Hong Kong houses everybody, not just only from different Asian countries, but also from the rest of the world. So being able to just get immersed in that space and understand the different nuances and how different people think, I think it's been amazing. But it's a dynamic city. The pace is fast. I think I will say, depending on what you're doing in Hong Kong, it's probably faster than New York. I know some people are like, I don't think so. I think so. It's a fast-paced city. Like I wake up, go to work, and I just blink an eye. It's like 6 p.m. I'm like, whoa, what happened to time? So it feels like time is always flying here. That's because there's just so much going on here. And everybody you meet is in different industries, different fields, doing different things. But to see people from different backgrounds come together or be in a city and have a good time, I think it's pretty amazing. So far the impression has been amazing. It's just a few weeks into the city. So stay tuned for more updates. Oh, great question. So lifestyle changes. I think the biggest change is eating out. So I think I used to do a lot of cooking, dining in my own house. And then maybe sometimes you go to brunch and dinner back in the US. But like Hong Kong is made for everyone to eat out. So I think that's actually very fascinating. But at the same time, my financial literacy heart is like, okay, let's make sure we have a budget to make sure that you're not like spending your entire income eating out because you need to survive and like be alive. I think that has been really fascinating. But I think the other piece of it is the apartments are also not set up for you to cook. So it's a system. It's a system because like if you don't have the infrastructure to cook, guess what? You're gonna eat out and you have like no choice. I do have some things I can actually use to cook, but I'm still getting settled. So I think that's the biggest surprise because like eating out every single day. I mean, yes, you can get food for decent prices depending on what you're eating, but at the same time, you're still like eating out 3 times a day or 2 times a day. It's just a lot. And I think lifestyle changes. I'm always like an active person. I love to walk around. So I love that Hong Kong is a walkable city. So I'm even doing multiple or double the steps I usually do in the US. Like on a given day, I could do 20K. And it's almost like, oh my God, where are you walking to? It's like I'm walking through Hong Kong. But I also love the fact that everything is like close by. I feel like that just gives me the opportunities to see different parts of town. And then I think those would be the 2 major changes. But a lot of it is convenience. Okay, the last one, I don't know how many people know this, but the concept of helpers. So growing up, we did have some help in some capacity, but I was that strange kid who didn't like helps because I thought they were going to make me spoiled to the point I didn't know how to do things myself. Till today, I have no idea where I got that insight from. So I always did the work even as a kid. Meanwhile, my siblings would like give it to the helpers. But now I'm in a city where you can have help and they can help you take care of like different things that you want around the house. So that's one less thing to worry about. And guess what? I'm leaning into this experience because I'm like, oh, this is so much help I'm receiving, and I actually appreciate it more. So I feel like I'm giving a second chance from my childhood when I actually did the work instead of delegating to the help that we had. I see everything. So Hong Kong has lots of beaches, hiking trails. I'm not a hiker, but guess what? By the time I'm done with my Hong Kong experience, I will be a professional hiker. There's different islands to visit, so I'm actually excited to, before we wrap up this summer here, I'm excited to go to more beaches. I'm excited to go outside Hong Kong Island because there's a lot more to see outside of like the center of the city. And I would say also like just the live bands. I see like there's a lot of like, live band events. Music is a big thing here. Art is a big thing here. Fashion. So I'm excited to like tap into those areas and just experience that, because I think art is life, music is life, and of course, you can't make it through life without good fashion. So. Ooh, what makes me feel at home? It's my apartment. I'm all about the fast-paced life, super excited, like I'm on the move and things like that. But then it's so amazing to come back home and finally say like, oh, you know what? I'm at home, it's peace, it's quiet, and it just feels like it's a sanctuary for me to just, decompress, relax, have a good meal, watch some TV, and go to bed or do whatever else I would do. So I love that my apartment is that space for me, because there's so much noise out there, there's so many people, lots of things are going on, but I know that once I step into the door of my apartment, peace and quiet, priceless. Not too many, but I have to say I was very taken aback with the experience in the banking halls. It's been a long time since I went to an actual bank and went to the banking hall to like do anything in the bank. So that was, for me, it was like culture shock, because I had to spend like 45 minutes waiting. Then by the time you went to do what you actually came to do, you were there for 2 hours. I'm like, wait, what? I'm used to doing everything online. So that was like a little bit like, oh wow, okay, welcome to Hong Kong. No one knows the future. All we know is the present. And all I can say is like Hong Kong aligns in terms of I'm that person who is fast-paced, loves to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds, love to move fast, but also very thoughtful as well. So getting the balance of both. And I think when I go to the other islands of Hong Kong, you get that peace and quiet that may not necessarily be in the central part of the city. And I think Hong Kong resonates with me because I'm in my youth, I'm super excited, I'm here working, but at the same time, I'm an adventurer. And Hong Kong is like the gateway to Asia, because you're super close to all these other countries. And my friends, they call me Ajala the Traveler, because I love to travel and it's on my bucket list to go to every single country in the world. We'll get there. But like Hong Kong gives me that opportunity to explore different countries I've never been to but have only read about. And I think for me, it literally touches different aspects of my life that I consider a unique part of myself. So in terms of the future goals, like I said, we're gonna focus on the present and making the most of it. And I hope to see you in the future in Hong Kong. Yeah. So I'm excited for this adventure. There's lots to see, lots to learn. It's different. My friends are not here, but guess what? They're gonna be visiting, whether they like it or not. So you know who you are. Go buy your ticket and come here, because can't wait to explore Hong Kong with you. Until then, love and light.